there, everybody. Welcome back to the Planes, Trains, and Comic Books channel. My name is Matt, and today we're going to review Chicken Devil #1. And before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, subscribing, it really helps me out. It lets me know what you guys want to see more of. So with that being said, let's get straight into this one. All right, so we got Chicken Devil #1 here with it's an Aftershock comic, and it basically just caught my attention because the cover is ridiculous, and I heard it was pretty good. It came out a couple weeks ago. I missed it just because there was a lot of stuff that came out the week this came out, so I wasn't able to review it then, so I figured I'd review it now. We got Brian Buccellato on writing and Hayden Sherman on art. So we start off here. We see this is a guy named Mitchell Moss. He lives in Eagle Rock, California. He's got a fairly normal family of annoying people. He owns some chicken restaurants. We just kind of get his family dynamic in this first page with his kids being loud and annoying and whatnot, and him just kind of going through the motions of his family life and whatnot. And then he gets a call from his partner in the chicken restaurants named Antonio. Of course, he's trying to talk to his wife and everything, so he's putting him on hold and whatnot, but Antonio seems pretty insistent that this is very important. So it turns out what he was talking about after Mitch can actually meet him is that there was a giant fire apparently in one of their warehouses where they have their chicken fryers, and unbeknownst to Mitch, some of that was something having to do with the mob. So apparently Antonio's got some backdoor dealings with the mob going on, where he's I guess they even say it's from Breaking Bad, where he's, when they bring in chicken stuff for the restaurant from wherever they bring it in, they smuggle in drugs for this gang. But all this has been done behind Mitch's back. So it's all Antonio doing this, and he's not seeing any of those profits or anything. So they get beat up by the mob, who's saying, like, where the fuck is the stuff? And Antonio's saying it got burned in the fire. And Mitch is like, what are we talking about here? Money, drugs, I don't know. And basically, it's drugs. So it turns out what they owe them is $2 million, apparently. That's what Antonio owes them. It was for drugs that were lost in this fire or whatnot, but yeah, basically he's saying you owe us $2 million. And he tells Mitch, if you don't give me the $2 million, everything you love is going to be gone. So Mitch and Antonio come up with a plan. Antonio says, take your family on my yacht. We'll all meet there and get the fuck out of Dodge before the mob can find us. So Mitch is here in the car trying to get his family to the yacht. And then they all walk onto the yacht. And Mitch is trying to make one more phone call to Antonio, and then all of a sudden the yacht explodes with his entire family in it. So after this, he does get questioned by the cops, but they don't find anything on him that's other than maybe they'll tail him to see if something comes up. But basically, he's just super distraught. His whole family has been killed in this explosion. So he's just hanging out at one of his restaurants, and Antonio calls him one more time and says, hey, I got one more thing I need from you. Can you please go to this locker at a gym and get this gym bag for me and then meet me at a certain place? At first, Mitch is like, fuck you, no. And then he's like, what else do you have left to live for? So basically, Antonio rubs it in his face that his family is dead. But what he does is Mitch goes and talks to who we find out is his mom, who's in a women's correctional facility for murder, apparently. She killed a guy that either she didn't like or was abusive to her or something. He basically goes there to ask her if he should snitch on Antonio, and she says, no, don't do that. He also asks her if she feels bad at all about killing the guy, and she's like, no, he was a piece of shit. So he ends up going to the gym, and in order to kind of be incognito, he wore a chicken mask to go to the gym. Like, no one would know it was him. He pulls out the gym bag, and it turns out Antonio did steal whatever the drugs they were looking for, it looks like. And of course, he got followed by the mobsters there. So I'm going to leave it here. I don't want to spoil the whole ending of this thing. So yeah, this comic was a blast. I mean, from it pretty much it gave you exactly what you thought you were getting from the cover. The coverage says it all. There's a man in the chicken suit with a gun. So, something's happening with guns and chicken. And basically it paid off in every way. I liked the direction of it, like all the plot threads that came up in it, with the mob and his partner. And I like the character of Mitch a lot, who's I like that he's innocent and that he's the only one that gets fucked up in this, like Antonio's family, and Antonio doesn't get in trouble. It's only him because he's the nice guy. So we'll see what happens. This I could definitely see this kind of going down a Breaking Bad kind of way, but not in like a copy way. Just it seems like they're like, we know, obviously this is similar to Breaking Bad where there's a chicken restaurant and drugs, but that's about it, hopefully. But yeah, I think they did a really good job in the writing and the art, so I'm gonna give this one a 4. It's just a good solid start to a little franchise here. So definitely pick that one up at your comic store if you guys liked it, and we will see you guys on the next one.